Welcome to this Farm2Facts video tutorial on the visitor count tool. To begin, we will navigate to our homepage on our Farm2Facts account here. And you can navigate to the visitor count tool either through the collect data item up here at the top of the screen, top right hand of the navigation bar. And you'll see under during season, it's the first option at the top. Additionally, you can scroll down to number 3 here under collect data, preseason and during season. And you can also navigate to the visitor count page by clicking here. So here we are on the visitor count data tool page. And to begin, let's take a look at some resources that can be helpful. So we'll go over here to Form and take a look at these additional resources. So by selecting the additional resources tab, you can navigate to the paper clicker worksheet as well as the tally worksheet. And then there are also helpful examples for both of these worksheets. So I'm going to click the paper clicker worksheet. We'll take a look at that. So here is an example of a worksheet you can use if you're using a clicker. And there are two different half pages, and you can divide this if that's helpful when you're doing your count for different zones, different areas of the market where you'll be doing your counts. Or you can choose the tally worksheet, which we'll click do here, and that gives you another option for counting. So you can either use the clicker or the tally system for your visitor count at the market. Once we've had a chance to collect our data at the market, for example, here's what this might look like. So this data we collected at our market on July 17th of this year, 2025. And you can see we have two zones here. One is our east entrance and one is our south entrance. And here are the listed under the times, the visitor counts that we got for those 20-minute counting time frames for the hours of our market. So now we're ready to upload this data into the system. So we'll head back here to the visitor count page and go to the upload section. And the first thing that we'll do is we'll download the template. And then I'm going to take the template here and minimize it so that we can enter data in from our data collection worksheet. And I'll begin with zone 1. And you can go ahead and expand these if you'd like, if that's more helpful for entering in data. And we know that we're looking at July 17th. And entry point 1, time 1 with a count of 12. And then down the line. So just to enter in one more as an example, July 17th, 2025, entry point 1, in this case, sample time frame 2, with a total of 35. And I would continue like that through the times that we've done the collection for that day at that zone 1 entrance. And now I can take a look at my second sheet showing zone 2. Once I've entered in all of my data points for zone 1, same date. zone 2, this time entry point 2, sample time frame 1, and 5 for my number here, and so on. And once I've entered in all of that data, then I can go ahead and save my file. And you'll want to enter the date to make sure you've got it corresponding to the correct date for that collection. And then you want to also double check that you are saving it as a CSV file, which you'll see here. So that's the .csv file. Okay, now that I've saved that file, I'll go back into the tool. And now I'm ready to upload. And prior to uploading or earlier than this stage, you just want to make sure that you're uploading the data to the correct market. So in this case, I'm just going to double check that it's my Farm2Facts demo market 2025 that's on Saturdays throughout the season. So that way I know I'll be uploading to the correct market. So now I can look for the file. Here it is. Open it, and you can see it loads in here with the data that I had entered for the different entry points, time frames, and then the count. Then I'm going to go ahead and submit the data here with this blue tab. And then I get that green notice, data uploaded successfully. So let's go take a look at the data. All right, so you can see it uploaded 47 for the east entrance and 5 for zone 2, the south entrance, based on the information I collected there. And then I'm just going to refresh the page so that we can take a look and show another option. So you can see now it's lit up in blue. So I can actually go in and take a closer look. And let's say, for example, the visitor count was actually 14 and I had mistakenly put in 12. So here I can adjust it and make it 14 and save that data. And so that way you can see now it says 49. So that's a nice option for making updates. You know, if you notice some of the data that was uploaded or that was entered initially, there was an error with the data. And that is our tutorial today for the visitor count. Thanks so much for joining, and always reach out to us. You can visit our website for more information or email info@farm2facts.org if you have any questions or any issues and you want to meet with a member of our team. We're always happy to talk. Thank you so much for being a part of the Farm2Facts community.